Hey cuties, and welcome back to Cutie Nails, where everything we do here is all about nails. Now I'm in the cutie zone today doing a quick little summer set for you guys because I am making homemade polygel. Now guys, I am loving this kit of tips that I got here from Amazon. I like the fact that the numbers are on the inside of the box, so that way there is no mistaking what size tip you're getting. These tips are so sturdy, so it is going to be able to withstand any bumping of the nail, and it was so easy to work with. I definitely put another set of these in my Amazon cart, and I will make sure that it is in the description for you guys. So I'm just gonna size them out and I'm gonna go ahead and start applying these. I am using the peel off method today, so I'm gonna be applying my UNT peel base, and I'm gonna adhere these with base gel, my Model 1's base gel. So I normally, if you're gonna do this set and you want it to be permanent, you're gonna prep your nails and all of that good jazz, and you're gonna etch the inside of the tip before applying it. I'm just gonna go straight in, paint on some of this base gel to the tip, add a little extra in there. I kind of put a little bit too much here, but I'm gonna add a little bit extra, and I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna apply it onto the nail so that way there's no bubbles. And I'm gonna use my coerced mini lamp to freeze this in place. Y'all, I am loving this mini lamp. I have been doing so many little pop-off sets, and this comes in so handy as opposed to trying to maneuver my hands in front of my regular lamp to get it to stay. So once I adhere all of these to my nails, I am gonna cure under the lamp for a full 60 seconds. And then I'm gonna go in with refining that cuticle and the side walls with my e-file and my hand file before I get into making my very own homemade polygel. So with this set, I decided that I wanted to kind of change up the shape on at least two of the nails. So that's why I opted for a stiletto shape on the pointer and the middle finger. So y'all will see how I do that in a second, but I'm just gonna make sure that I file over the surface of the nail to make sure that this homemade polygel has something to adhere to. And I'm just gonna take my straight edge clippers and make the stiletto shape on these two fingers and continue to refine that shape all throughout and etch over the surface of all of the nails. Then I'm gonna go in with some primer to prep the nails. Now you can use primer or bond at any stage in your application process. You can use it before applying the tips, you can use it before applying your gel polish, and you can also use it before doing any nail art. So I'm doing it here to make sure that this polygel, this homemade polygel, has something to stick to. Now, in order to make the homemade polygel, I am using dip powder, and I am using my very own custom color builder gels. Now, this particular one here was made with IBD gel and pigment powders, and there is no rhyme or reason as to what's the ratio to get the right consistency. I'm just applying as much dip powder as I feel like until I get the desired thickness that I'm looking for. Something similar to polygel or close to polygel as possible is what I'm going for. If you've never worked with polygel, you're looking for something that's going to hold its shape when it's applied to the nail and not move around like a normal builder gel would, or gel polish or top coat. You want something that's going to stay in place while you're trying to maneuver it over the surface of the nail. So I'm just gonna take my time, smush down this dip powder into the gel mixture, and I'm just gonna start mixing it and smushing it and mixing it and smushing it until I get the right consistency that I'm looking for. And this orange is absolutely fabulous. It came in my neon pigment powders, and I decided this would be perfect for a beautiful summer set because, you know, it's summertime, y'all, so time to get some summer nails done. Now, this particular one here, this custom color here was mixed with IBD gel and gel polish. Now the gel polish I also got from my local Sally Beauty Supply store, just as that ASP Quick Dip in the clear. I got all of that from my local Sally's a while back, and I'm just going to add as much as I feel like I need again and mix that dip powder into the gel. Now, one thing I noticed, the difference between making custom polygel, homemade polygel, DIY polygel, when you're using a Buildergel base type of product, is that when you're doing it with a pigment powder mixed custom gel, the consistency tends to thicken up a bit more because it's essentially you're adding extra powder into a mixture that was made with a powder and Buildergel. But when you're mixing it into a mixture that's made with two gels, basically Buildergel and gel polish, you need a whole lot more of this dip powder in order to get the thickness that you desire. Now, after mixing this second set of powder in, I knew I should have went in with more dip powder in order to get that right thick consistency that I'm looking for in my DIY polygel, but I didn't, and I ended up having to do it later, and you guys will see that. Now it is time for application. Like I said, I am gonna put some bond, primer, whatever you want to put on here. I'm gonna put that on the surface of this nail so that way my homemade polygel has something to stick to. Normally you would go in with a gel base to protect the nail and to make sure that your tip and the nail bed are seamless if you want to, but I'm just going in with primer today because these are full covered tips, so I don't have to worry about all of that extra stuff. Then I'm gonna get back with y'all when it's time to apply my homemade polygel. Now you guys are going to see here exactly what I was talking about with where I should have added more powder. I'm going to be using the same base coat in order to maneuver my polygel across my nails, and I knew right away that I should have added more dip powder into this mixture here because it still felt too much like a Buildergel to me, and it started flooding the side walls, and you guys will see that I had to clean that up after a while. But I'm gonna use base coat gel all throughout this process to maneuver the polygel because I wasn't sure how alcohol was gonna react to this. So that's what I'm gonna do. And every time after I'm complete with adding the product to a nail, I am going to cure that for a full 60 seconds. Now y'all can see after I added that extra dip powder into this gel base, you can see that it holds its shape on the nail, and I'm able to maneuver it across the nail and build the structure without having to go in with so many different beads of my homemade polygel. And it applied very smoothly. I did have to go in several times with the base coat in order to maneuver it around because IBD gel is very sticky, and that is the base product that these custom colored polygels are made from. So the brush was tending to stick a lot, but it's okay. It's homemade polygel. I didn't have to pay anybody for any polygel, and I was just experimenting to see if I was going to be able to do it. And this orange is just so lush. I am loving it. But I'm going to get into ombreing in a minute so you guys can see how that worked out, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I noticed. So with this particular color, the orange, I mixed these again with the IBD gel and the pigment powder, and I found that it was very grainy when trying to thin that product out towards the nail bed area, as opposed to this particular one that was made with the IBD gel and gel polish. It was more smooth, but even though there's a difference in how it felt, I was still able to successfully ombre these two colors beautifully. I'm just going to cleanse the surface of the nail with some cleanser using my leftover paper towel. I do have lint-free wipes, but I didn't want to waste no paper towel, okay? And now I am going to go ahead and encapsulate these nails. So I'm just going to take my regular IBD clear. For some reason, I thought I was going to add dip powder, but these nails were pretty built up. I did not go as thin as I thought I was going, but they weren't super bulky, which was fine. So I just put 2 thin layers, just basically how you see me swiping it on here like nail polish. I put a layer on, I went ahead and cured that, and then put another layer on. Now again, every time I apply product to a nail, I went in and cured for at least 30 seconds. Most of the time it was for the full 60 seconds so that I can make sure that that light was penetrating the colors. And now I'm gonna file shape and buff, starting with the side walls, then to the free edge and over the surface of the nail. I'm touching the nail all throughout just to make sure that there's a smooth transition from the cuticle to the free edge. And I like to go under the nail also to make sure that everything is nice and straight. Now I know y'all see that pinky nail is missing because that UNT base peel is the truth. I just had to glue it back on. So now that I've cleansed the nail, I'm gonna go in with my Mia's Secret Glass Finish top coat. Y'all, I absolutely love this top coat. It is so glassy, and I'm just gonna apply a very thin layer of that to all of these nails to finish this set off. Well, not finish it off, I'm almost finished because I have a little promotional plug to throw in here. So I'm just gonna get this top coat applied to all of the nails, and then we're gonna go in with some cuticle oil. I love these tips, you guys, because they're extra long. I can't function with these on a day-to-day, but again, these are gonna be popped off as soon as I'm done taking some pics for y'all with this set and making my thumbnail. But these tips are super long, and that ombre is just so beautiful on these nails. And now it is time for some cuticle oil made by me. This is my lavender oil. I put a little rose in here because I love the scent combination together, but it comes in lavender, rose, and a host of other different flavors that's just so yummy. If you are interested in purchasing one, please make sure to hit me up in the comments below, message me on IG, and I will be more than happy to share beautiful cuticle oil with you guys. So cuties, that's it for this set. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you will consider subscribing and returning for more videos from me every Tuesday. And as always, cuties, I'll most definitely talk to you in my next one. Bye.